My name is Fred Buckley. My great-grandfather started the Buckley Company in 1878, which then became Kalamazoo Foundry Machine.
My name's T.P. Emerson, and I married the boss's daughter. That's the foundry foreman, probably supervising the pours of the iron. The foundry used to make cast iron columns, and if you go in some of the old buildings, you'll see them.
My ancestors fabricated the steel in, I guess they call it the Rose Street Market, the skyway from the Radisson to the parking structure. That was kind of fun. First of America Bank Building, the balcony in Chenery Auditorium. That's the last day that the foundry operated. So this would be in '61.
Many cities were looking at their rivers and saying, all right, who's going to take on that next life and make it a place that people will love?
I've known about this building ever since I was a little kid. Kalamazoo was a whole different place. So when I was 12, that would be in the early 1950s, right at the beginning of the war. And the YWCA had canteen. All the kids were in the Bronson Park and hanging out. The downtown was where we were all going.
I mean, if you could have picked any direction that the downtown was going to grow, I would never have picked this East End. Not until Tim Surprise came with Arcadia Ales. Everything kind of stopped at Bell's and at Water Street Coffee Joint.
We were sort of hooked on this design. This building is a radical change from 95% of all the office space in downtown Kalamazoo.
This piece of property without TraStar would never have seen the light of day without the strong vision to bring the partners together. Margaret O'Brien, Director Steidel from Michigan Department of Transportation, Southwest Michigan First. We had to work with the railroad. How about I have a conversation with some of my bike advocate friends? The Kalamazoo Nature Center then became yet another critical partner. When we thought about the project unfolding, it was over a period of years. And so they had a lot of cleanup to do.
I've had a long relationship with Steve East, and so we were happy when we picked CSM to be the contractor.
The CSM Group is a construction management firm, and we were really looking for that perfect project to move forward with them.
I never thought I would even enter any of these properties. Not only would I enter these properties, but see one of the most creative office spaces that I have ever been in.
For me, being a builder, I love to build new facilities, but I also hate to see buildings just sit there.
And Eckert Wardell did a great job of designing this thing. As you can see, it moves all over the place.
The first time I was here on this property, I was really taken with the size of the space. We could fit a football field inside it almost. And one of the major things that we loved was the giant truss that runs through the center of the building. We always knew that that was going to be the heart of the building and the community space was going to be in the center. I think everyone in our office has worked on this project. We only get one chance to live this life, so why would we want to spend it other than places that we love to be? It's going to be really special for the people that get to work in this building.
I remember Fritz calling me last year and saying, hey, I got this thing that's going up. And I really poo-pooed it. And then we did a walk through this place, and it was just steel beams. It started to intrigue me, the vision.
It's a totally different space than where we're coming from. We were previously spread over 3 floors. 20 years ago, you sat in your office with the door closed and you did your work, and that's not how we work anymore.
Our favorite feature in the office is the old sales page sign that was on the outside of the building. It just brought over, it carried some of that history with us.
The 100-year-old soda fountain. We retrofitted some things, and now maybe there's a little beer in there. That's freedom, that's fun, that's a really important part of our culture. Your space is very reflective of who you are as a company, who your clients are, and the type of work that you do, the type of culture that you have.
the interaction, you can see everybody appreciating it from literally day one. For a couple decades, we thought we were a young firm, and then we started to age a little bit. But we did want to attract more young talent. The creek and the river and the locker room facilities, people appreciate that.
The millennials of today, it's very reflective of space that they would be very comfortable in.
For example, this room. We need a big conference room to do all staff meetings, once a month?
Free parking was really good.
For our team members, I see them at the different tables and on the couches. They want just a change up. I'm a big believer that everybody works in their own style. And when we were working with Marks Modas, we built it so we could fit 40-some people in there right now. But we wanted to be able to accommodate 50% growth moving forward in the future.
The booths that we've installed, it's a different kind of touchdown space. It's like you're having lunch with somebody. I've dined with my family at 600 Kitchen. It's stunning when you walk in, and it gives you the feeling of the Foundry being the older part of the building.
So we've had a great relationship over the last 18, 20 years with Millennium Restaurant Group. We immediately thought that this would make a great restaurant, and we brought in Ken Miller.
This was a work of love for 3 years. As a developer of restaurants, we're always looking for that unique opportunity. And frankly, we have looked for years for this type of a physical plant. We went about sourcing as much local as we can. And if you take a look downstairs, there are frying pans on the wall and hand-painted from the vendors that we deal with. And we found a chef that was dying to take that artistically to the next level. The challenge, I guess, was to take what I really consider to be one of the greatest aesthetic assets in Kalamazoo and really do it justice. But I loved the concept and I trusted them.
Well, I think the changes in Kalamazoo are very positive, and TraStar's a big part of that. No question about it. If we go to that picture that's on the wall, I can show you a building column and take you right to that same column. It's still there. It is the main support. It's the biggest column in the building. Now that column right there is the one in the picture. A piece of steel like this will last us forever.
My dad is my hero. Bob Sr. has this project was his vision.
Central Business District is strong, and I am a huge believer that this community is critically dependent on the strength of its Central Business District. And TraStar has played a big role in that.
I'm proud that we have this space in Kalamazoo. Architecture can really help bring people together.
We have been willing to invest in the city of Kalamazoo because of our confidence in the leadership.
I think cities in the past felt like they needed to come up with all the ideas. Now it's our turn to watch the market be creative.
You're going to see a lot more in the next 10 years. The future's bright. Stay tuned. There's great stuff happening in Kalamazoo.